Submission nowadays has become a controversial conversation. You usually hear that modern women no longer submit. Women nowadays no longer submit to their men. I disagree with that notion because, as far as I know, women are naturally submissive. It doesn't matter how successful this woman is, it doesn't matter how much money this woman has, but all I know is that women are naturally submissive. But the question, which type of men do women submit to? Women do not submit to weak men or boys. And if you are a type of a man that has to keep reminding a woman to submit, I'm your husband, women have to be submissive, then you have to check on yourself. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nasra Hassan, your internet sister, and this is Real Life Perspective, a space where we unlearn, learn and grow. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly make sure you do click the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell so that you get notified each time we upload new content. If you want to be a type of a man that a woman can submit to, these are the things that you have to put into consideration. One, first have an organized life as a person. Things like your personal space, your personal hygiene, your personal health, these are paramount, and these are the elements that you need to have with or without a woman in your life. You will hear some men be like, I will have my space organized when I will have a woman. Do you really need a woman to sleep in an organized room? You cannot sleep in a room that looks like where the animals sleep, yet you're a human being. Because as a human being, these are the fundamental skills that you must be having as a person. You don't have to be a professional decorator. At least have a clean space where you sleep, where you spend your day and night. Something like making up your bed, have your clothes clean or your shoes clean. These are the fundamental things that you have to do without even needing a woman in your life. And things like taking care of your personal hygiene, these things you don't need anyone, you don't need a woman in your life. You just have to be clean because you have to be clean, because you have to look presentable. You will step out, you will talk to people. You do not need a woman in your life in order to take your personal hygiene seriously. You are taking care of your body, you are doing what you are supposed to do just to have a healthy body. Because your body, remember, your body is your vessel. And if you're a person who has to sleep in a dirty room because you do not have a woman, and because you need a woman to be cleaning for you, to be making your bed, then you are a lazy man and you do not even deserve a woman in the first place. Even a woman can see, if this man who cannot even maintain their personal hygiene, how is this person even going to take care of me as a person? And if we are to have a family with this person, if they are not even serious with their own lives, so you are not a type of a man that a woman can submit to. If you cannot take responsibility for your own life, for your simple basic things like your hygiene, and if you do not have goals, if you are this type of men who have no goals at all, they ask you about where do you see yourself in 5 years to come, you are like, you're just going with the flow because no one knows what will happen. Everyone has to have some sort of life goals. Of course, I know that sometimes we may plan, but God plans. But as a person, do you have that sense of purpose in life, or you're just going with the flow? Because a woman needs security, and if you have that sense of purpose, a woman will feel secure with you, will see that if I go with this man, there is some sort of assurance that we can have a better life. But if you are someone who have no goals, you are just existing in this world, then there's a problem. It is hard even for a woman to submit to that type of a man, because they don't trust you, they don't trust your leadership skills, because a woman wants to feel a sense of security, and they cannot feel secure with you if they do not see a leader in you. Because as a man, you have to have a sense of leadership for a woman to submit to you, because a woman is a naturally submissive, however higher their status can be. But if you are a man who has that sense of leadership in you, submission will come automatically. Number two, you have to have the ability to make decisions. If you are this type of a man who, before making a decision that concerns your family, you have to consult your mother, a whole grown man with beards, before making a decision for your family, you have to contact your mother and ask your parents what you are supposed to do for your family. And you want a woman to submit to you? That's actually ridiculous. Because then you are a child. You are supposed to lead by examples. You are supposed to be the leader. You are supposed to be the head of the family. When a decision has to be made, a wife is expecting to hear from you, to hear you making a decision, because they trust you. You are the head. You are the responsible for your wife and your child or your children. They look up to you. Instead of making a right decision for the family, you have to always consult your mother. My mother said this. My mother said you are not the right woman for me. Wait, what is your favorite lip gloss? Because it's strange to hear this from a man. Because I personally have heard these statements coming from a man. My mother said you are not the right woman for me. What? As a man, you expect a woman to submit to you. You cannot even make your own decision. If you are that type of a man, then you can do better than that. Treat other women the way you would like your mother to be treated, your mother or your sisters or your aunties. Because each time you disrespect a woman, think twice. Ask yourself, is this the way I would like my sister or my mother to be treated? And if you are this type of a man who respects other women, it will be easier for you to respect your wife, and it will be very easy for a woman to submit to you as a man. Then prioritize personal growth. You have to be a type of a man who is open-minded and know that every day is a day to learn, and know that life is changing, the world is changing, there's always a room to grow. There is always something new to learn. You can learn from your woman. Sometimes you have to suppress a little bit your ego and accept that this woman has something that I don't have and I can learn from them. Be open-minded. Don't always be egocentric and feel like you are unteachable. You cannot be told anything. You know it all. You cannot know it all. There's something always that you don't know, and there's always a room to improve. So be that person who can learn, who is open-minded, learn something from every situation that happens. You shouldn't be this type of a man who thinks like, I'm a man, there's nothing that a woman can tell me. You are a woman. You have to listen to me. You can't even give me advice because you are a woman. You know, that's a shallow and trivial way of thinking in this era. I have talked much about emotional intelligence, and I will keep talking about emotional intelligence. And I made a whole video about emotional intelligence. Make sure you check it out so that you understand more about emotional intelligence. You have to be rational rather than being emotional. You shouldn't be always that type of man who takes everything personally, especially men who are with women who are educated. When a woman sometimes has some opinion, they always feel like you just want to show off because you are educated. And there's no way a woman can submit to you if you are that type of a man who is always irrational. Accept to fail. Accept that failure is also part of growing. Failure is also part of life. Don't think that always things will go your direction. Life will not always be the way you want it. And so is life. Sometimes you will be rejected. Sometimes you will try this and it fails. Don't feel like you cannot fail. You can be rejected however hot you think you are. You are not every woman's type, and you have to accept. You shouldn't be me. No woman rejects me. Who are you? You are not every woman's cup of tea. Just be humble and accept that. Sometimes things will not go my direction. However intelligent I might be, sometimes not everyone will always agree with me. Some people will disagree with me, and it's okay. It has nothing to do with you. It's the nature. Then last but not least, you have to learn to negotiate. Always start your statements with words like please, kindly, can I. This does not take anything from your manhood. Simply because you have requested. You should develop this habit of requesting and not being entitled. Feel like things have to go always the way you want. To feel like people always have to say yes to you. Know that people can also say no. Take no for an answer. Don't always expect a yes. You have to be humble enough to know that you are not that special, and the world does not revolve around you, that people should stop what they are doing because you are running out of time. Let's say you found other people on the queue, and for you just want to be the first because you are running out of time. You have to be humble enough to understand that all these people that are found here are also waiting for the same service, and maybe they are also running out of time. They are also people like me. You shouldn't always be that entitled that people should always bow to what me I say. You are not that special. That's a sign of entitlement, thinking that people have to stop what they're doing to prioritize you or your needs. This sounds harsh, but so is life. People cannot stop what they're doing just to attend to you, most especially if your service is not going to benefit them. Everyone is prioritizing what matters to them. If your inconvenience does not inconvenience me in any way, then it is not my priority. And that's how the world operates. So you shouldn't feel entitled that because me I'm inconvenienced, so people should stop what they're doing to come and attend to me. Who are you? Life is whimsical. Life is unfair, and that's the world we live in. And you have to be even that person who adds value in other people's lives to first feel like people should also prioritize somehow your needs and attend to you. Are you that person who can also sometimes compromise a little bit to help other people? Think about it. But if you are always someone who feels entitled that people must help you, you cannot negotiate, you cannot ask people politely, you cannot tell people kindly, can you please help me, or can I, those kinds of statements, because you feel like you are superior, then that's a problem. And if you are this type of a man who feel like entitled, you cannot request to your woman, you cannot talk to them politely. It is hard for a woman to submit to you, and not only your woman but anyone to submit to you. If you are a boss and you are that kind, it is very hard for even your employees to submit to you. Yes, they might fear maybe, but naturally to submit to you will be hard. And this is all I had for you today, ladies and gentlemen. If you have resonated with this video, kindly give it a thumb up, and make sure you subscribe, like, and share. From real life perspective, I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, it's a wrap. My name is Nasra Hassan. Bye and stay blessed.